What is up, y'all? It is Jerry from Team Unco Studios, back again with another MPC Beats very basic tutorial for you all using the MPC Beats software. So I know in the last couple of videos, I've been mentioning about sequencing and making sequencing videos. Y'all were currently doing them. I know I'm trying to record them as quickly as possible. It's a lot that goes into sequencing, and we're trying to do it like as a series, so it's not 25 and 30-minute videos. You know, we want to slow it down so that everyone can kind of understand, but we are working on them. We're just about ready to wrap that kind of up and start getting those on our YouTube channel, right? So stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, we figured we would make this video off another question that I had gotten asked in one of the comments for one of the videos that I made for the MPC Beats tutorial series. And somebody had asked me if it was possible to make a song or like a beat without using a controller. If you just use the grid, you know, and kind of just make a song. You can absolutely do that. And so I figured we'd make a video, you know, just kind of showing you guys a really quick breakdown. It's not going to be anything super crazy. We're not making, you know, radio hits here, guys. We're just making some music and just showing you guys kind of how to be able to do that. I'd recommend using a controller if you're a beginner, but if you're intermediate and you're kind of wanting to learn some different techniques and stuff, this is a great way of doing it. It's just a different approach, you know, and it definitely ups your game on hearing different things and being able to edit certain places when you don't have your controller with you. So, you know, without anything else, y'all, I hope you guys enjoy the video. This is MPC Beats very basic tutorial without a controller. Here we go. All right, y'all, so if you take a look down onto the screen here, you'll notice that we just have an empty project. There's nothing in it. You know, we don't have any programs or anything in it yet. So let's go ahead and grab a program out of our expansion packs here. I've got all my stuff kind of opened on this computer. So let's just go ahead and go with Gold Dust. I'm using the MPC Beats 2 version. And Gold Dust comes with this, I believe still, even if you get it now. So we'll just use this so that way, if you want to, you could just follow right along with what I'm doing, because this is pretty standard for the MPC Beats stuff that they have out that's new. So let's go ahead and go to programs here, and let's just go to like lo-fi. And let's just pull out, let's just do this first one. What is this? JS Astro Soul. So let's kind of pull this out. You know, we've got, looks like 16 pads, you know, of just different stuff. We've got a kick here, snare, little clap. Ooh, there we go. We got some vocal stuff. And then here are kind of our little samples here. That sounds cool. So we've also got this guy here. Sounds like in the key D. Okay, so that's cool. Ooh, there we go. That sounds cool. Little horn part in there. So what I'm doing right now is just trying to find something that I can use like as a loop, you know, that I can just kind of loop and create this sequence with, you know, and then we're just going to elongate it. You know, we're going to duplicate it a bunch of times on one singular timeline and then just kind of use our track mutes in and out to just basically create a song out of this one program. So, you know, I would kind of go through this stuff here, just kind of see what I have on these pads. Typically, A13, usually, not always, is like a loop, you know, kind of that they, you know, have created for this program. So that's usually the first pad I go to when I'm looking for a loop. So let's see what this A13 is here. See, here we go. See, this is like a harp here. Ooh. Okay, cool. So that sounds like a pretty good, loop there. Now they've got it at 87 BPM. So if we just go here to 87 BPMs, you'll notice that my sample will slow down. Oops, let's hit enter there. Oh, try it again. Let's go ahead and put this sample in. So let's go ahead and throw this sample there. And now let's go ahead and listen. Okay, so you can notice it's really slow. So it's pretty slow, or slower than what I kind of am thinking of. So what I would do is just go ahead and come up to my BPM line here and just go, let's say 100. And now you're going to notice the sample has sped up. Now, this happens when you're working with MIDI or when you're kind of creating music in this way. If you're using audio lines and stuff like that, it's a lot harder to kind of time stretch and you have to do certain things and all that. We're going to be making some videos on some of that so you guys can see how to do it kind of both ways, you know. But for this, if you usually just change the BPM, the sample usually will change, the speed will change. Not always. Sometimes I've noticed with certain expansion packs, it does not do that. I don't know why. Maybe it's something I'm doing wrong or something, but typically it does slow down and speed up. So we've got a cool little loop here, but just kind of throwing some musical theory in there. It sounds like this is longer than 2 bars here, which is what I've got. If you notice, I've got 1 bar, 2 bar here. Sounds like it's a 4 bar kind of loop there. So what I'm going to do is go to my bars over here in the kind of left corner, like under my sequencing window. And I'm going to go ahead and go 4. And then I'm going to hit enter. And now you'll notice that it's got, 4 bars up there now. So let's go ahead now and play the sample. So that sounds cool. So we've got like a little loop there, kind of like of this little, harp kind of thing we've got going on here. And it sounds like we can definitely make something out of this. So now I'm going to kind of go back to the drawing board here. I'm going to kind of zoom in a little bit so I can see my grid a little better. And, I liked it at 2 bars here because we're just kind of repeating the last 2 bars. So I kind of like to keep it at about 2 bars here. And let's go ahead and add maybe some kick here. So we kind of got this. So let's hear our metronome. Let's put our metronome on and kind of hear the metronome with the sample. So let's just do that. Let's just go like every kind of quarter beat here for this sample. So I'm just going every quarter beat, basically I'm putting a kick here, okay? So let's go ahead and see what that sounds like. All right, so kind of zoom in there. Take the metronome off. Okay, so it sounds like I missed some here. Whoopsie daisy. There we go. Okay, so it looks like I missed here. So I can go there, go there, go there, and go there. Okay, so we've kind of now just manually put in these kicks with this. Okay, that sounds cool. It's a little bit repetitive, so maybe let's go ahead and try to find like a snare to kind of counter this here. So let's go ahead and throw our snare here, maybe, and take this out. See, now we're starting to get somewhere. See, so again, we'll take this kick out, so kind of go every other here. So now we've got this. Okay, so again, we'll go ahead and throw the snare there, but let's leave the kick in on that one. So go. Okay, so then we'll take the kick out here. Okay, so I've pretty much got my first 2 bars here with this. So what I would normally do, just to make it easier on myself, is I would go ahead and erase these kicks right here. So if you just highlight them and double tap, and then I would take this first little section here, since I've already got my 2 bars done, and I'm just gonna throw it on my 3rd bar here, and it's just gonna finish the rest of this sequence here. So if I go Command C, which is copy, and then now I'm gonna throw my little cursor here onto 3-1 and go Command V, and now I've just copied that. So I'm not having to fill in everything with my manually, I like it. It sounds cool. We're kind of starting to get somewhere here, okay? So let's go ahead and just start throwing in some hi-hats here. So typically the way I like to do hi-hats is I just kind of like to just start filling here. Again, I only do this for the first kind of section here. So I kind of just go through and fill, boop, boop, boop. Just fill these little guys in, okay? Almost there. 1 more quarter beat here, okay? And now that I've got this filled in, you want to make sure that your highlighted section of this program. So if you notice my pad here, it's on A2. Make sure you're on A3 when you're doing this technique of copying and pasting, okay? Otherwise, you're gonna paste it to wherever this little highlighted area is, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and Command C that, and then let's go ahead and go forward here. Oops, there we go. And let's go Command V, and then again go forward, Command V, and again go forward, and Command V, okay? So now I've got a bunch of hi-hat. It's gonna probably be pretty quick, but we're gonna just take sections of it out. So let's go ahead and listen to this little sample we got here. Okay, that sounds cool, and it doesn't sound bad. But what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna take some sections out. So I'm just gonna kind of go through and just kind of make it up. Really, I don't know. We'll take maybe these out, maybe this one, and then kind of go here again, here, here. Oops, double click here, kind of go down. Again, I am completely just making this up as I'm going along here. Let's leave kind of maybe a gap here, take these out. Okay, and let's see what this sounds like. Here we go. So that actually doesn't sound bad. It's kind of just spontaneous and just kind of like whatever, you know? And then later when we come back, we can actually kind of, you know, mess with this a little bit, and you know, when we're under the hood and we're mixing and stuff, we can change things and make things sound different, have breakdowns and all that. For right now, we're just kind of creating this like just off the top of our head, okay? So let's go ahead and add some more of this other, you know, I kind of hear like this other clap here too, maybe in there. So if you notice too, I usually highlight whatever I'm working on so that that little thing highlights there. So just kind of keep that in mind. It's easier to do it that way so that you want to make sure you're working on that line in this program. So let's go ahead and add this clap here. So let's go. So right there, I hear one. So let's kind of go. So, and then maybe a double here, like. So maybe we'll add a double here, like a clap, clap. I'm kind of hearing something like that. Yeah, see, that sounds cool. You know, it's kind of like a ta-ta, like a kind of a double kind of clap thing there. So again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and copy this. So go Command C, and then I'm going to go ahead and go back to my third line and go Command V. So now I've got that also on the end. So again. Okay. And it's a little bit off. I can move it over. This is on the fourth quarter beat of the first bar there. So if I wanted to, I could just move this over again to that same number. So just go to 3, 4 there. And now it should be on with what it's doing at the beginning. So I'm just kind of following the math here. I'm looking at this, you know, and seeing where this, you know, MIDI little grid guy here is synced up with, and he's synced up with 1, 4. So I'm just syncing this up with 3, 4, so it falls in line with what it's doing in the first part of the sample here. Maybe we'll add a third one. Yeah, there we go. See, something a little bit different. You know, and maybe we'll add like some more, like maybe a kick here or something just to kind of spice this up. Or maybe, yeah, you know, just add like, you know, maybe 2 kicks here or something. See what that sounds like. Yeah, and then now maybe add 3 at the end here or something, you know, kind of just, we're just messing around here. Yeah, and that sounds cool. You know, it sounds like we're onto something here. So let's go ahead now and just kind of lastly add some vocal kind of stuff in that they had. We kind of had some of these like, see, that sounds cool. I like that. So maybe we'll add that like, you know, I don't know, up in here somewhere. That one sounds cool too. I kind of actually like that one a little bit better. So let's go maybe here. See, that sounds cool. Let's go ahead and add, what's this other one? That sounds cool too. Let's add that one maybe. Let's add that here. So let's go ahead and add this in here. So let's go ahead and add this guy again right here, that first one. That one. Let's go ahead and add that here at the end so we kind of got it going out. Yeah, that sounds cool. All right, and then let's lastly go, there was this little, I can't remember where it is. Let's wait for the sample to stop. There was no, it wasn't that one. There it is, right there. This sounds cool too. Let's just try to figure out where we can add that in there, you know. Maybe here. Maybe let's try adding it there. Let's go. So let's try it here at 3-1 and just see what happens here. Okay, let's try that. Here we go. Ooh, that's a nice spot for it. Oh, that sounds super cool. I like it. So we've already pretty much got the meat and bones of something already. Just this right here, you know? So let's go ahead and spice it up a little bit and kind of try to make it a little bit something more, give it a little bit more depth, you know? And the best way to do that, if you watch the tutorials, is just by using track mute. So let's go ahead and go. First, what we're going to do actually is I'm going to explode these tracks, because right now, if I go and just look at my view, my track view here, you'll notice it's just all on one kind of line here. You know, it's all on one track. Well, I'm going to get these tracks exploded out so I'm able to play with them individually. You know, it'll have the kick, the drum, the snare, and everything all on one individual track. So the way I do that is I just go to my file browser here, and I'm going to go to edit, and then I'm going to go ahead and go to track, and I'm going to go to explode. And now you'll notice all my tracks are exploded. So also my track 1 obviously is muted so that we're not hearing what we originally did on that first track. We could be able to bring everything in and out. So if I go ahead and go to my track view here, first thing I like to do, this is my track mute, sorry. The first thing I like to do is kind of listen to everything and just hear what everything is doing. So I'm, you know, like what pads or what. And I'm just using my mouse. I'm not using a controller yet either. So let's just, so that sounds like the kick. So these bottom 3 here sound like drum. Okay. So let's just bring one in at a time here. So there's my kick. So there's my snare. This is my hi-hat here. Let's just wait. This could be a sample here. Let's see. Okay, so there's my main sample here. Okay. So I've kind of got those samples here all together. The vocal and that other little vocal, that one. So they're kind of all grouped up here. I've got my drums down here. Okay. So that's what I've got down there. And then up here, I've got that clap. And then this must be the horns. All right. So I've kind of got everything, you know, figured out now. Now, the next step I would do is kind of just turn this into a full kind of length thing here by just duplicating this. So let's go ahead and go back to our file browser. Let's go to edit. Let's go ahead and go to sequence and let's double the length. And again, let's go to edit, again, go to sequence and double the length again. And then we're gonna do it one more time just to kind of make it a full thing here. Sequence, double the length. All right, so now we should have 32 bars here. So this is kind of a nice little, song here. You're looking at about what? A minute and 14. So it's a little sample here that we can just kind of work with. So right now, what we've got is this, little kind of thing to start out with here. So I figured we could kind of just start with this, then maybe bring in some of the kick here, Now bring those horns in, So, we're just kind of just messing with it basically. So let's just go ahead and mute everything here, okay? Except for our sample, all right? And we're just gonna go ahead and go Shift R, and let's go ahead and just start. Let's just one time through it and see what we got, all right? Here we go. And it should click 4 times, and then we're gonna go ahead and start track muting and recording it. Here we go. And as you notice, I'm just bringing things in and out, Okay, now we'll go ahead and pull the horns out here. So it'll just kind of be this here. Then we'll go ahead and bring the horns back in again here. And now just kind of start taking the drums out. So we're coming up to the end here, so I'll just start dropping some of this stuff out here. And that's it. That's kind of how it's done, y'all. I mean, there's no big thing on it, I mean, now we've got our whole kind of song done up here, So, I mean, that's pretty much the way it works, You just got to be creative. You got to kind of use your mind. You got to just kind of bring things in and out. Obviously, you can hear the mix. Some of the things are a little bit louder or quieter than other things. That's all in the mixing process when you're done creating your song and stuff like that. We're not seeking perfection. It's just about being creative, So I hope this video was helpful, y'all. This was kind of just like a one-time deal. I was just kind of sitting here thinking about this comment. So I hope this helped you guys kind of seeing this live in action. I'm hoping to get this video out here by tonight. And we hope you all like the tutorials. Peace and love from all of us at Team Unco Studios. And we'll see you guys on the next video, okay? Later.